Going to get into.
I'm ready. Let's
Yes,
do
this
it.
is my first time. So with that being said, I want to relax a little bit and pull it all in, because once you start on the live, start on the broadcast, all things start happening.
Absolutely. Every challenge comes up.
Absolutely. And I just want to thank God for this opportunity. This broadcast is about life.
Yes.
And we're going to dive into the book, but this broadcast is to bring hope, is to bring life to others, is to encourage the next person that has a vision within them, that they can step into and do all things they possibly can think of. And today is the debut. And I decided to make today August the 8th, because we're in a new month.
August 1st.
And not only that, 8 means new beginning. So I was excited when God started giving me a revelation about new beginnings. And when I looked at 8 means new beginning. 1 plus 25. 1 plus 2 plus 5 is 8. So it's new beginnings. Yeah. And I believe that's what's taking place on today with this meeting. We're going to have some behind the scenes shots. Yeah. We're going to do everything that's necessary to get the word out.
Absolutely.
And to encourage others. You guys, welcome Michelle Jones.
Hey, yes. I'm excited.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm actually really excited. This is going to be amazing. And this is a perfect way to catapult into new. And I think that's the perfect thing about this, is that there is no perfection in being obedient and moving. It's literally just taking one step at a time.
Yes. Whew, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous because when you believe that you're walking in purpose and another assignment takes place, it's a little, for me, it's a little nerve-wracking. Michelle, can you please tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, family, friends, your businesses, whatever it is?
Okay, well, my name is Michelle Jones. A lot of people that know me from my own group, Hustle to the T, know me as Shelly Jones.
Yes.
And Dr. Kat is in that group with me also. Yes. I am a wife. I'm a mom of 3 plus a dog, so I guess that counts as 4. Full-time, I am actually a credit accountant. I work in revenue accounting for a manufacturing company. I am actually a NOLA girl, born.
Wow.
I am. We've been here for just about 15 years.
Oh, wow.
So we came here just looking for a new start. Ironically enough, we're talking about new.
Yes.
We came here wanting new, and really this was an obedience move.
Wow.
This was an obedience move. My husband said, babe, I think it's time for us to move.
Wow.
And I said, okay, well, I trust you.
Yes,
so
yes.
You tell me what we're doing, and that's what we're gonna do. And
awesome.
So it was between Dallas and Houston.
Okay.
And I said, well, I don't really have context. You have more than I do. So I had to just keep reassuring him, I trust you. Whatever it is you say that we need to do, that's what we're going to do. And this has been one of the best moves I could have ever made, because it didn't just give us fertile ground. It actually has given us so many opportunities to grow and to really find God.
Oh, wow.
And to deal with a lot of the rejection we've gone through separately and together.
Oh, wow. This book fits right into your journey.
This book is not just a book. Okay. This book has become an instant manual.
Wow. Praise
it's
God.
Literally a reference book. And so I don't want you to take this lightly. This is actually amazing. It is raw truth. And sometimes that's all we need is raw truth.
Wow. I said, Michelle, that it wasn't going to be churchy, and I find myself saying, thank God, praise God.
Listen.
You guys, that's my life. I'll do better for the next episode. Amen.
Absolutely.
Look, amen. And this, remember, this is my first time.
It is.
Years ago, before, we've been here, going to be 20 years this month, in the month of August. And I remember years ago that a woman of God had said, I missed my calling and I should be in broadcast. And I'm like, wow. And then literally years ago, I desired to do a podcast, and I just want to testify because what you're witnessing right now is an obedient act.
Absolutely.
It's not churchy, but I have to testify on the broadcast.
Absolutely.
Just give me a quick second. I literally wanted to do this some years ago, and I pushed it back out of my mind. And then one day, I felt in my spirit, and it came out of my mouth. I'm gonna start a broadcast. I'm gonna do a podcast. And it was on a Wednesday on my consecration day that I spoke those words. And then I went to church. That Sunday, I did a visit with one of my friends, and the man of God said, God said podcast.
Oh.
He said you need to set up and do what's necessary where you are. So with that being said, and then I get a phone call from home from an apostle, well-known apostle, and he said, woman of God, the Lord said podcast. So this is where we are today, and why not do it in a new month, the month of 8, new beginnings. And I just did a new book where you guys can purchase www.kathydwilson.com. You're going to click on the shop tab, and that's where you can purchase this book. So let's dive into the book. Okay, tell me your thoughts about unraveling rejection from this manual.
So I think some of my immediate thoughts were, I don't even think that we realize that we're tangled in anything.
Wow.
That was the first thing that jumped out at me, because it's like, okay, well, we're unraveling. Well, what does that even mean, right? Mm-hmm. To unravel something is literally to take a mess of whatever it is and begin to pull it apart. Mm-hmm. And if you think of a ball of yarn, when you're unraveling a ball of yarn, even to use it, you don't really control where those strings pull from. You're literally just pulling until you get to the end of it. Mm-hmm. And the other thing about that is as you're going through that unraveling, you'll encounter some knots.
Yes.
But you have to be patient with the knots.
Okay. In
order to be able to get back to some wholeness in your string and be able to use it. If you just cut it off, you might be cutting off mid-stitch. Mm-hmm. So you have to be careful in the unraveling process and do it in a way that's intentional, that's gentle, but that you're sure of what you're doing. And I think that's what I've gotten from this so far, is really being intentional about that unraveling process. And the way the book is broken down in subjects, it seems as though it's random until you realize it's not. It's a literal flow.
Wow.
It's a literal flow.
Thank you. Thank you. I heard God. And as I heard God, I grabbed from some topics, and some of the topics are depression, confusion, control, insecurities, competition, self-rejection. And Michelle, let me tell you, a lot of people don't understand what self-rejection, what it really can mean.
That hit me in the chest this morning.
Okay.
It hit me in the chest. Initially I'm like, okay, well, and we talked about this. I said, okay, I'm going to start reading the book because I want to be prepared, because I know what rejection is, right? We think, okay, well, I know what rejection is. It's just being turned away. Oh my God. When I started reading the book, I have literal highlights in the book. Like, I'm not even kidding you. And I probably could have highlighted even more than this. But this morning, my process in the mornings is I get up and I spend my quiet time. And then I go downstairs and I'll make some coffee, or I'll grab something, some tea or something, usually coffee. And, I'll either sit on my sofa or at my table. Well, I was already set up at my table because I had my Strongs and my Bibles out doing some reading. And so I sat at the table and I opened up to the next section that I was in. And it was self-rejection.
Wow. What page is self-rejection?
So self-rejection is page 31.
Okay.
And so as I'm reading, I'm literally sitting there reading this like, oh, you talking to me today. And so that's how I've kind of gone through this book. Like, I've read and I just have to stop, right? It's just like when you're in your word, you'll read something and you're like, oh, I got to stop because I need to sit with this, or I need to let this marinate. I need to let this I need to accept it, right? And I think a lot of times we don't accept that there is rejection or how deep it actually runs.
And you know what, with self-rejection, Michelle, I'll say this. It's not identified until something takes place when you're in your own thoughts, when things happen.
Absolutely.
So you think others rejected you.
Absolutely.
And in the process of others rejecting you, you're rejecting yourself, because you have this strong man of rejection so embedded inside of you.
Absolutely.
Until you push everybody and every thought into the back of your mind and realize, a lot of people call and say self-care, but they don't understand how important self-care is, because the rejection piles up year after year.
It does.
Situation after situation, and each encounter with different people. So it piles on, and then you find yourself in a place of self-rejecting, because you allow others to come into your space, come into your life, to rob you of what you are ordained to be a part of.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense, because self-rejection is not just people say self-care. That means we're going to get a pedicure. That means we're going to get a pampered up.
Absolutely.
But no, we need to reflect.
Some self-care is ugly.
Absolutely.
And we've been taught by the world that self-care is this beautiful thing. It's it's the manicuring. Like you said, it's I'm gonna get my nails done, my toes done. Oh, I'm gonna go get my hair done. But it goes back to, we're focusing on cleaning the outside of the cup,
yes,
and not the inside. And real self-care begins with some self-reflection.
Yes.
And that self-reflection begins to really show you some things that are hard to look at.
Wow.
Because over this last year, I've spent a lot of time self-reflecting. You know, the thing is, people will start to tell you you're acting funny when you pull away. Well, I'm not pulling away, I just need a minute, right? And so you do have to become a little bit selfish in evaluating yourself, because people will tell you.
I wouldn't use the word selfish. I would say you're being able to identify.
Correct.
Identify what's taking place now in your life, because maturity has stepped in.
Absolutely.
I'm reminded when the Lord, I'm doing my best. When the Lord revealed to me about, how you doing? How the Lord revealed to me about the root of rejection. Yeah. And when the root of rejection is in there, it's jealousy.
Yes. Absolutely.
Control, manipulation.
Absolutely.
Bitterness and anger. And it's a few of those chapters that's in this book. It's a small book. It's not powerful. Not many pages, but I want people to understand it's a process. It is. So when you reflect on, as you are in prayer, and you reflect on while you're angry, while you're being bitter, while you're retaliating, understand it's a rooted cause. Absolutely. It's a rooted spirit. And oftentimes it's the root of rejection.
It is. And reading, so I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I want to read this excerpt. So this is rejection. This is page 33.
Yes, ma'am.
One of the things inside of self-rejection is self-sabotage.
Oh, that's good.
And that's what really made me stop, because I did not, you know that you're doing things to push people away, but you don't really know why. It's almost like, it's like a safety, right? It's that safety blanket.
Yes.
And so in the book, it says also there are types of self-sabotage. And these two, I got to these two and I stopped. One was emotional sabotage, pushing people away when they get too close, starting fights when things are going well, believing you will be rejected first. So you reject things and people first. And I read that and it brought tears to my eyes. Like I had to stop for a second, because that was a lot to take in. And then spiritual sabotage, avoiding prayer or purpose because you have a sense of fear or shame, running from your calling when doors start to open, stop going to church out of lack of self-confidence.
Wow.
These two really sat with me, because it made me look back at even issues I've encountered in my marriage, even issues I've encountered in general relationships, issues I've encountered as a manager. And it's not necessarily that I say, okay, I did this wrong, and this wrong. But what it did show me was that there were times that I was fully capable of doing something. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Wow.
No, I can't do that. No, that's too big. No, that's too much. Or, you know, people get close to me and I'm suspicious of why they're close. Because I had so much hurt all the way back from childhood that I thought I was healed from, or I thought I got over it. I don't feel no type of way, because we say that, right? I don't feel no type of way about it, but I realized there is still residue of that hurt that I never really addressed. It's that sweep it under the rug philosophy, right? Out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
But then something happens and it causes you to react in a way that is based on those things that you thought that you dealt with.
Let me give you an illustration of about the residue of rejection. And even myself, as writing this book, I started reflecting, and God started revealing to me again about the residue of rejection. And he gave me this illustration years ago. Pull up a plant and shake the dirt off the plant. And from that plant, you're still gonna see some mud, the residue of it all. And even with the residue that's on that plant that was up out of the pot, if you will.
Yes.
Up out of the ground, if you will. The dirt that's on it, it can sit in a cup of water and grow because of the residue of rejection.
Absolutely.
Even you say self-sabotage.
Absolutely.
The residue of me stepping on your toe.
Absolutely.
If you're dealing with anger, if you're dealing with bitter, and you're not understanding why you feel this way, you think you're totally healed from a thing, but it's the residue of it.
It is absolutely.
That was powerful what you just said, how it was revealed to you by reading about self-sabotaging your own self.
Yeah, and it made me realize why I was so angry.
Yes.
You know, I had anger that I'm like, well, why am I so angry? Why am I so frustrated? Why do I feel like I'm not an angry person innately, right?
Yeah.
And then reading this made me remember what caused so much of my anger. It's almost like being, we joked when I came in, I forgot to put my belt on. But you know how it is when you put your belt on and you go out to eat and that belt starts cutting you at the waist, right? That was what it was like. It was like I had this anger around my waist. And sometimes I was okay, but every now and then it would dig in my skin and set me off. And I couldn't understand why. But it was because I had held on to something for so long and I was putting it on every day without realizing it.
Yes.
Right?
The residue of the hurt, the rejection, it would rear its head up.
Yeah.
Just when you up for a promotion.
Absolutely.
Just when you think things are going good in your life, and things are going good, but it's the deeper rejection, the childhood rejection, before we were born rejection,
Absolutely.
that we haven't conquered,
Absolutely.
if you will.
Absolutely.
That was a good illustration, you know, just putting on and just putting on and just clothing ourselves in. And that's how jealousy comes in.
It absolutely is.
Hurt comes in.
Absolutely.
And I would say it like this: when you see others doing things, it provokes something inside of you because you knew you were supposed to be doing certain things, but you self-sabotage yourself.
Yeah. And then you're angry with them when it's really you that you're angry with.
Absolutely.
I knew I could have done that. God showed me or told me that I should be doing that, and I didn't do it. And then I see someone else doing it.
Wow.
And now I'm angry with me, but angry with them.
And wind up self-sabotaging yourself.
Yep.
Now you're in the closet, in the room, asking God the whens, the whys, the hows.
Yeah.
Because of the underlining hidden agenda of rejection.
Absolutely.
And also, let's talk about it. Let's do another topic real briefly. Let's go to, as we was talking about the self-sabotage, the insecurity of it all. Because insecurity cripples us just as much as the rejection.
Absolutely.
And because rejection has so many levels of hurt, insecurities, insecurity is a form of low self-esteem.
Absolutely.
And because you've been rejected so much in the years of pileup of rejection, Now you feel when you go in rooms with other executives and see other business owners,
Absolutely.
you feel insecure, so you're sit there in your own space and your mind just going all over the place.
And you look totally calm on
Yes.
the outside, and inside you're going absolutely bananas. And I've been in those situations before.
Let's talk about that.
So I mean, I was thrust into management, right? And I found myself sitting in rooms with executives. I report to who reports to the controller. Well, I report to the controller who reports to the CFO, who's an executive of the company.
Okay.
So as I'm going on meetings, right, I'm now in rooms that my name
Wow.
made it to before my physical self made it into.
Awesome. Wow.
And so they know me, but I feel like I don't deserve to be in these rooms.
Wow.
I feel like, well, how did I even get here? I didn't ask, Lord, I didn't ask for this.
So you thought you would be rejected?
I did. Well, because first of all,
Because you're smart, you're educated.
I am, but you know what? I grew up hearing that I would never be the things that I am. And so I began to reject the very things that I was walking into because I did not think I was deserving of them. I didn't feel like I was fit for them. And then growing up a little black Southern girl, you know how that is.
Yes.
I was very intelligent and I hated it because I was teased for it. I was bullied for it. And I felt like, okay, well, I don't like being here. And so you grow up with that rejection in the back of your mind and it just sits there and you walk away from it, but you don't. It's a part of you. It is now literally a part of your fabric. And so I felt like I did not belong in those spaces. They respected me. They were excited about me because I was young and hungry and ready. But I was like, I don't belong here. And so I rejected being in those rooms. And then I felt like I didn't deserve to be in those spaces. And so now I'm insecure when I should be confident. I couldn't even find my confidence. I did what I was supposed to. I performed, I gave my all. I worked to get to where I was, and I still didn't feel like I deserved it.
Wow.
So all that insecurity could have choked me out.
Yes.
But I had to train myself to keep showing up even when I didn't feel like I deserved to be there, until I believed for myself, which is this is a recent occurrence.
Wow.
I finally began to say, no, I've actually worked for this. Yeah, it was God who got me into these places because I shouldn't even be here. I did nothing to get here on my own. This was me literally walking through in obedience in times that it didn't make sense. Go to the interview, put in your resume. And I had people looking for me in places I had never sought out. And so I end up here, and now I'm like, okay, well, Lord, I know it was you that did it. It's nothing that I could have done that got here.
Absolutely.
So let me be appreciative of where I am.
Yes.
And what do you need me to do while I'm here?
Yes.
And it's ironic that some of the days that I've struggled the most are the days that someone comes to me that I have to minister to that's in that very same place.
Wow.
But that's how gracious He is, because our healing comes when we're ministering to others, because we're ministering to ourselves as well.
Absolutely, because we are able to identify what we're being healed from. I was getting a little emotional, and I thank you for your testimony. We're going to have to do this again.
Absolutely.
We're going to have to do this again. I appreciate your time. It's so valuable. Time is so valuable.
It is.
And I appreciate the growth. And to hear that God is still growing, maturing you into the things that He's calling you to do.
Absolutely. Every single day.
I appreciate it. You guys, that almost sums it up. Go to the website. Go to my website, www.kathydwilson.com, to get your Unraveling Rejection. The spirit of rejection is a demonic presence that uses emotional wounds to destroy your identity, to destroy your confidence. And that's what Michelle was just saying just now about self-identity, low self-esteem, if you will. Get your copy. It's a new book, www.kathydwilson.com. Thank you guys so much. We're going to have to get Michelle back again so we can finish this book off, because her testimony, I hope and pray that it bless you. Thank you so much. Now focus and pursue.